Hi, everyone, and welcome back to AIADA's AutoTalk. I'm your host, Rachel Soleimani. A quick reminder that anyone who is registered for today's program will be receiving a copy by early next week. And if you have any questions, be sure to enter them into the Q&A bar at the lower right-hand side of your interface. Today, we welcome Jim Roche, CEO of one of the fastest growing companies in America and AIADA Affinity Partner, WarrCloud. Jim, I know you've been a busy guy lately, but we're really excited to have you on today. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rachel, and welcome everyone. We're very honored to be with you today. Today, we're going to take a little bit of a look at how technology is impacting fixed operations, particularly the area of warranty claims processing and some of the ramifications related to that. But it's an interesting question because, there's so much talk about technology, particularly artificial intelligence, AI. To start with a picture of a pile of paper, but that really is kind of the paradigm shift that we're looking to create. In automotive today and fixed operations, we see some significant shifting service dynamics. So why don't we dive into those? I think, as most of the audience probably knows, fixed operations contributes more than 50% of total dealership gross profit, despite only being about 12% of revenue. This figure comes from NADA. And if you zoom in on the two primary revenue streams in service, customer pay and warranty, we see some interesting trends taking place. First of all, in customer pay, what you're seeing is that the growth of customer pay has been decelerating significantly since 2021. As a matter of fact, it's been cut in half, and it's been cut in half again. Last year, according to NADA, customer pay growth was about 2.2%. The year before, about 4.5%, and so on. So really seeing a deceleration in growth. Contrast that against warranty, and what you're looking at here are the trends for warranty growth. In the last 4 years, warranty has grew almost 35%, an 8.7% annualized average. And we are projecting another almost 10% growth between now and 2027, driven by a couple of interesting factors. The first is that we are selling and have been selling millions more new vehicles over the last couple of years. And what that means is that there are millions more warranty covered vehicles on the roads. The second, particularly in this year, is that the mix of electric vehicles, or EVs, has been on an increasing basis. And what that means is that there is more of that high expense technology. The graph that you're looking at here at the bottom is, according to JD Power, the warranty costs of an electric vehicle as compared to an internal combustion engine. The warranty costs on an EV run about 300% higher than a comparable internal combustion engine due to the cost of the technology. So these two things combined, many more vehicles on the road that are warranty covered and an increasing mix of EV with higher technology costs, are what is driving that higher warranty revenue. And if you look forward, even though we've recently seen a fall off, this year we've sold record numbers of EVs because of the subsidies ending, but we're still projecting over 100 new EVs and hybrids coming to market through next year, and the forecast is up significantly. Well, what does that matter? Well, as I mentioned, this more technology drives higher repair costs. Even though there are fewer moving parts in an electric vehicle, the cost of those components is significantly higher. And so, in particular, the battery, as we all know, is substantially higher. But the technology nature of the EV overall is what drives these higher. So, since customer pay opportunities continue to be on the decline, we need to refocus on warranty opportunities. So what are some of the trends in warranty claims processing? Well, I don't know that there's any trends. There's been a lack of trends. warranty processing has barely changed in almost 100 years. What we mean by that is that the medium has changed, but the task remains the same. The medium, it used to be paper catalogs, then it was microfiche, then it was CDs, then it was looking things up online. But you still have human beings who are looking things up in catalogs, trying to memorize codes, trying to do data entry, trying to chase down scraps of paper, which is really manually intensive and therefore expensive. As a matter of fact, the cost of warranty processing cuts deep into your warranty profits. Depending on which brands you represent, the cost of processing claims can consume anywhere from to 14 to 16% of the gross from that work. Each claim can take anywhere from 16 to 22 minutes. There's no automation related to this. And as we'll talk in a moment, claim administrators are on the decline. Now, where do we get these figures? Well, you're the ones who told us. We have done several rounds of market research related to this in 2020 and again in late 23 with the results published just last year. And what you told us is that the expenses of submitting warranty claims have increased 28% over those years. And this comes from how much time it takes to do a claim. In 2020, you said the average time to do a claim was about 11 minutes. And then in 2023, it had almost doubled to 21.8 minutes. That means that the typical human being can only do 2 or 3 claims, maybe 4 claims, depending on the type of claim, in a single hour. So that's what's really driving up that cost. It's the cost of human beings, which every year get more expensive, and the amount of time that it takes. As I alluded in the previous slide, what we also see is that the human beings who have historically performed this work are on the decline. What we see are people who are retiring, they're aging out of the workforce, or they're leaving automotive. And the younger generations are not stepping up to claim those jobs. So it's an interesting issue because we see the demand for warranty claims processing on the rise, while the resources that do the warranty claims processing are on the decline. And if you project that out, that obviously creates a real scalability issue there for dealers. Finally, and I don't think any surprise to the audience, our technicians don't like doing warranty work. If you read the Wrenchway survey that was published this year, it was in the top 4 reasons for tech dissatisfaction and warranty work. And the reason is simple. It's because they feel that they get underpaid. We don't pick up all the hours. We don't get all the admin fees, all the other things you could be due for it. And so it doesn't enhance technician compensation. Part of what's driving all of this is the increasing complexity of vehicle. We talked a minute ago about the components and the costs of those. But when you were doing warranty claims processing, trying to sort through the increasing technical content of a vehicle is daunting. This is from one of an import warranty claim manual. I mean, let me take a step back. If you go back 20, 30 years ago, it was pretty simple. There was a code for a truck, there was a code for a passenger car. You could memorize them, you could remember them pretty easily. Now, what you're looking at is for a single operation, it's 63 pages of codes. What's the make? What's the model? What's the year? What's the engine type? What's the tranny type? What are the accessories? What are the trim? There are so many options, and each one is slightly different. Each one pays slightly different, might have different administrative fees. So the variations are staggering, and it's impossible for human beings now to memorize all of these. And this is why it takes so long, because it takes so long to look these things up and find the right codes. So one of 2 things happens. Either it takes a long time, which drives up your costs, or we cut corners and that drives up the errors and mistakes that are made. A couple of examples where if you take the time or you have the knowledge. So this example here, you could get, the recall on a subframe, you could get an additional $160 If you knew where to look, 202 for later model years. If you know to claim the cost of the grease and the one-way screws, you can get another $6 per vehicle. Headliner recall, additionals and material and supplies, you can get $5 claim. Well, multiply that by the $700 or 3 to 500 warranty ROs that you do per month, and you're talking about significantly more dollars that goes in the dealership's pocket and in the technician's pocket. So, as we like to say, these trends changing, they create a tectonic shift, if you will, in automotive service that impacts every part of the fixed operations business. So we've developed a warranty toolkit, some things that we should be thinking about as we go forward that recognize these tectonic shifts and how we can react. And we'll talk about 3 areas: 1, service marketing; 2, gross margins; and of course, accurate warranty claims processing. First of all, impact area 1, your service marketing. Well, I think up until now, 99.99% of our service marketing dollars have been focused on customer pay. And I think that we need to rethink that, not saying abandon customer pay, of course, but we need to broaden that to encompass warranty. And specifically, let's talk about safety recalls. 100% of recalls are covered under warranty. There are 72.7 million vehicles that have open safety recalls right now. This comes from our friends at BusyCar. Those unrepaired recalls represent a 50 billion, that's right, billion with a B, $50 billion opportunity. So shifting to make sure that you are taking that into account and that you are marketing to get every recall that's in your PMA, I think is critical. You need to check for open recalls, not just in your PMA. You need to be checking in your service lane. You even need to be looking in your existing vehicle inventory. Find those open recalls. Number one, it washes out a potential liability that you might have. If you get customers coming in for recalls, anything done under warranty had no cost to the customer. The vehicle's already there. They're having a great experience. Do your inspection. You can upsell that 30,000-mile service while the vehicle is in the bays getting the recall done. It's a fabulous marketing opportunity for your fixed operations. Impact area 2, gross margins. I believe everyone in the audience has probably heard this, but you should be regularly analyzing and adjusting your warranty, labor rates, and parts markup to optimize your bottom line. All 50 states allow dealers on a regular basis, it varies by state, to petition the factory and change your labor rate and parts markup so that you're more competitive with what local retail is doing. You should find a vendor. There are many vendors out there who do this on behalf of the dealer, and you should be making sure that you're doing that regularly and right on time so that you're optimizing that for profitability. Also, I should add, there are currently 6 states that allow dealers to use retail flat rates for warranty labor times. That, of course, puts you in a really interesting situation in terms of optimizing your warranty dollars. Impact area number 3, accurate warranty processing. Ensure you are getting every legitimate allowance owed to you on every warranty repair. That means getting every tenth. That means getting every administration fee that you are legitimately entitled to. Our research shows that dealers on average may be leaving 15% reimbursement revenue on the table. That works out to be about $153,000 a month. So we're talking real money. So let's talk a little bit about automation and AI. The AI landscape is really interesting. We tend to use the term AI or artificial intelligence, sort of we throw it around, but actually AI means a lot of different technologies. And let's just look a little bit, and don't worry, this isn't going to be a computer science class. We're just going to look a little bit deeper into it. So AI refers to the broad discipline of creating intelligent machines. But AI has a whole bunch of subsets that we need to understand better. Number one, ML or machine learning refers to systems that can learn from experience, Machine learning is a subset of AI. NLP, or natural language processing, refers to systems that can understand language, and this is mostly a subset of machine learning. So you can see the nesting that we're going. We talk about AI, but machine learning is a subset of AI. Natural language processing can be a subset of machine learning. Large language models, or what some people, the acronym is LLM. It's a type of model designed so that you can teach the computers how to understand natural language. And then the thing we probably have most used is GPTs. That's a large language model that can mimic human speech and reasoning. And ChatGPT, which I think most of us have probably used, is a subset of that. So you can see the various things that we have here. And I'm not saying that you need to become a computer science major, but I think you need to spend a little bit of time understanding the various components of AI, because it's very, very important to your business today. And it's going to be even more important to your business as we go forward. Now, there's another acronym, RPA, that refers to robotic process automation. Now, this is not artificial intelligence. That's why it's not on the previous slide, but it's very, 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 very important. RPA is the technology of using software bots that imitate human actions and allow them to interact with systems. The most obvious example is doing data entry. The key difference between AI and RPA is AI performs tasks that require intelligence, while RPA automates routine manual tasks. Well, you can see where this is going. The powerhouse, the winning combination, is to combine these two things. You have AI that is doing the reasoning on a fully autonomous basis, and then it hands the output to RPA that puts it into your DMS or your other systems. So AI is doing the thinking, RPA is doing the data entry. And where we really see this happening in an exciting way right now is it's taking hold in BDCs and in back office functions. In the back office, you can get away from that really costly and time-consuming repetitive data entry into multiple systems. You can let AI do the thinking and RPA do the data entry. And this is important to you because it drives down your costs. It reduces errors because you're not relying on people with subjective memories to memorize things. Because they're not doing boring work, it improves your employee satisfaction. And also it gives your employees back time to do things like focus more on the guest experience. Doing all of these things increases your customer satisfaction. And if you've got better customer satisfaction, that improves your customer retention. A lot of the time, what this is referred to is smart sourcing. You're using AI and you're using a vendor that uses AI, and you outsource that to them, and they're using smart systems, hence the term smart sourcing, versus traditional outsourcing, which is kind of temp agencies or that kind of thing, no technology involved. So the end result of smart sourcing, I'm coming back around now to warranty claims processing, is you can generate additional hours. A typical dealership will see an additional 103 hours per month in additional billable hours by doing smart sourcing. Obviously, that's more revenue, that's more profit, and that's better customer satisfaction because your service staff has more time to spend on the guest experience. I might also add that not only does it generate more billable hours, but what's also doing is it gives back between 50 to 75 employee hours. In other words, hours that would be spent on internal tasks by your service staff, 50 to 75 hours now becomes available for them to do other better value add things. Typical dealer results put in a different light. 15.1% increase in warranty revenue in year one, 13% every year thereafter. That works out to be $153,000. Reduce cost by more than 50%, claims processed within 24 hours, and improved OEM scores, which of course improves compliance. So just some best practices and key takeaways. When it comes to warranty claims performance. Number one, review your work in process ROs every day and close open items. This boosts your OEM dashboard scores, gets you from red to green, or if you're green, from green to blue. Even though it sounds common, we see these errors all the time. Clearly record and describe the 3 C's: the complaint, the cause, and the correction. Accurate documentation prevents audits and chargebacks. And I know you say, well, we already do that. So many of the times you think we see acronyms, we see shortcuts, we see really, really short descriptions, and those are the things that trip you up. It's okay to be a little more wordy when you're to clearly record and describe the 3 C's. Look up, print out, and attach a recall report to every RO. This is critical for compliance and reimbursement protection. For Ford dealers, take advantage of OEM shuttle and mobile service reimbursements. And the example here I use for Ford allows up to $3,200 a month per van for OEM shuttles. So the fact that that's available, if you know to claim it, significant in terms of additional money. For mobile or pickup delivery service, make sure that the techs who are going out and doing that are taking care of all required documentation. It's got to be completed for full reimbursement. And finally, if you have parts on back order, close the RO and then reopen it once the parts arrive. This greatly improves your open and close metric. These are considered best practices. Some key takeaways for dealers: as your units in operation mix changes, we think this is going to continue to drive down customer pay, but it will expand your warranty opportunity. So to go back to what we were talking about, service marketing, making sure that you're rethinking warranty rate reimbursement, making sure you're doing warranty claims processing correctly, it requires a shift in thinking for every part of your service business. Artificial intelligence can transform warranty processing. It'll increase your gross profit, speed reimbursements, and of course, improve the guest experience. And keep in mind, this isn't binary. We're not talking about technology replacing people. What it is we're augmenting people. We're allowing them to do the customer relationships and the higher value work that improves both customer retention and employee retention. So a little tongue in cheek, if your warranty company is an award winning, maybe it should be. So that's the end of our formal program. We'll pause here to see if there's any questions from the audience.
Jim, we had a couple questions come in. We have time for one, so I will read that one off. What brands are currently using your services?
Thank you. Yes. So if you stack rank the OEM brands by volume, so you're starting with GM, Toyota, Ford, and you go down the list, we do we do all the volume brands. So down to and including Porsche and Mitsubishi, and everybody above that, Nissan, Hyundai, Kia, Mercedes, BMW, Audi. So from the top down to and including Porsche and Mitsubishi volume. We also do a couple of the boutique brands, but I would not say that we have 100% coverage on those. Really appreciate that question.
Impressive. Well, Jim, thanks so much for taking the time and being with us today. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being with you.
Again, you will all be receiving a copy of this webinar by early next week. To those on the line, join us back here next Tuesday, October 21st, as Podium talks real tactics to supercharge your dealership with AI. For more information about AIADA, visit aiada.org. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day, everyone.